is just a great member of our group. It comes to all the events, and he's always extremely entertaining. We've heard most of his jokes 100 times, 99% of which he will not be telling here tonight because I told him that he couldn't. But Marty D, as he goes by, the senior citizen of comedy, has appeared locally at the Ice House in Pasadena, the LA Improv, the Commerce Casino, the Laugh Factory, and with Kathy Griffin on her own show, Life on the D-List. He acts in local theater productions and appeared in comedic videos with Helen Mirren and Tori Spelling, as well as numerous commercials. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Temple Judea's very own Marty D.
I told him don't be too long. At my age, I'll forget the act. And I told him to introduce me as Marty D, a.k.a. the senior citizen of comedy. Now, he screwed that up too. Now, AKA usually means also known as. In my case, it's alta caca. How many people have never been here to the temple? It's quite a place. It cost a lot of money to build this place. A lot of money, but that's not a problem. It's the Jews, they form a committee, they raise money. It's a Jewish thing. Now, here's what happened. I overheard a conversation the other night that there is unbelievable amounts of money left over from the building fund. They won't tell you that because you won't donate anymore. Now, here's what happened. This was December 31st, the bank accounts are full. The first week of January, I get a letter from the rabbi. And what does it say? I'm retiring, and in various words, he's skipping town. He's going to Israel. Now, there's nothing suspicious about a rabbi going to Israel. But did you know that Israel doesn't have any extradition treaties with any country in the world? Huh? And of course, they have a catch, though. They will try you for any crime you commit in any other country. But of course, it's not a problem in Israel. It's not hard to get a Jewish lawyer. The only place in the world that has more Jewish lawyers than Israel, right here in LA. And I actually don't know. Now we have to search for a new rabbi. I have no idea why anyone would want the job. Think about it. You're hired by the board of directors. There are 25 boards of people on the board of directors. All of them have an opinion. You're hired by them. You have to implement their policies. How do you implement policies of 25 Jews who can't agree on anything? Speaking of not agreement, the Brotherhood here putting on this event is very interesting. They too couldn't agree. Last year they decided they'll change the name. So they came up with all kinds of names and nobody could agree and there was a vote. Are we going to call it the Brotherhood, as we are, or are we going to call it the Men's Group of Temple Judea? Now the men's group, nobody's going to join, no men are going to join a thing that says group because it means share. It's like, you know, you get together, Rabbi Dan and I belong to the same group here at the temple. We all get together, 8, 10 guys, and we share. Men don't share. Women share. They tell their best friends everything. If you want to know about your wife, how she feels about you, you don't need a therapist. Well, let me put it this way. You don't need a therapist unless you're seeing my wife at $150 an hour. Now, go out to lunch with her best friend. You'll find out everything. Everything. You'll find out things about you that you didn't even know about yourself. Now, I don't mind sharing. I don't. I'm married. I'm married. June will be 47 years. Sure, you guys can applaud. You're not married to her. So, we get along great. We have no problems. And anything I tell you, I know. If I tell you something personal, it'll stay in this room, right? Right? Okay. Now I can share. We get along great. We go to dinners, we go to shows, we converse. We're not the two people that sit in a restaurant and never talk to each other. You've seen those. But we do have problems. We have problems in the bedroom. Ooh, it's so quiet. We do. She says, I'm not cognizant of her needs. I'm not fulfilling, and all I care about is my own needs. And she says to me, it doesn't have to be like this. There are medical items that will help you. Go to the doctor. Stop being so macho. Tell him what's wrong. So I do. I go to the doctor. He writes out a thing. I take it down to the pharmacy. And I get what I need. And as I'm paying, it was very embarrassing. I put the stuff on the counter, and there's about 8 people in line behind this lady, and she looks at it and she says, oh, you have the same problem as my husband. We're married 35 years. He didn't have that problem when he was younger. There's a woman in front of me with 32 coupons. I said, get out of the way, lady. I want to pay and get out of here. So I get home, and my wife is already in bed. I slip into bed next to her. I caress her arm so that she knows I'm there. I lean over to give her a kiss. She's got a smile on her face that's absolutely unbelievable because she knows. She knows tonight I'm going to take care of her needs. And she knows that as soon as I give it the kiss, I'm going to slip on my breathe right nose strips and I won't be snoring anymore. Hillman, you told me to keep it clean, and you gave me an audience with dirty minds. Huh? Anyway, how's my time, Bob? Ron? Huh?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. You know, immigration's a problem in this country, and I understand that there's going to be a lot more Hispanic-speaking people in the country over the next 20, 30 years. So I decided, even at my age, I should learn Spanish. So I saw an ad for an immersion class. So I called the guy up. I said, how does it work? He says, you come down to our place. You spend 12 hours a day in a classroom with only Hispanic people, speaking people. You do this for 30 days. You have 360 hours of speaking with people who speak Spanish, and you'll be conversationally okay. I said, how much? He says, $2,000. I says, I like your concept, but $2,000 is a lot of money. He says, well, why don't you come down? Maybe we can work something out. The class is starting in the morning. I says, I'm busy tomorrow morning. He says, with what? I says, tomorrow I start my first day standing outside the Home Depot. Rabbi Alper, in his job as a rabbi, he had to, deal with things like the sages of old and the prophets of old. But he's here tonight, and it's not much different. He's still interested in prophets. He only spells it differently. And I've got to tell you, I met him a few minutes ago. He's such a mensch. I mean, I couldn't believe that he did this. He heard that he's a star. He's a headliner wherever he goes. And yet he heard that I'm appearing here tonight, and he agreed to come and be my closing act. I'm Marty D., the Senior Citizen of Comedy. Thank you very much.